suppose firstly, having come back into the team, how do you sum up the whole Morecambe experience?
Yeah, disappointing, very disappointing. Conceded from 2 set pieces again, which is very frustrating because it's something we, touched upon in the week in training and something, we need to fix. We're working hard in training to try and eradicate conceding goals from set pieces, but it's a disappointing result considering, where we both are on the table at the minute.
Have you sort of tried changing a bit of the system of how you deal with set pieces?
Yeah, we just try to work on what works best with the players we've got available as well. Whether that's marking, zonal. So we've worked on different things in training, and we're trying to find the setup that works for the players we've got. It's disappointing. Initially, we can't keep conceding from set pieces. We know that. But it was a kick in the teeth as well because we got ourselves back into the game and we looked the better side in the second half, and then conceded another poor goal, I thought, and we just got to move on to the next game and hopefully start picking up some results.
Do you think some of the goals you're conceding from set pieces are kind of system or is there a bit of like some people are just going to have to get broken noses to stop goals going?
No, I just think we need to do our jobs better. Collectively as a team. It's not pointing out individuals and errors and stuff like that. I think as a group we need to be better from set pieces, more organised, and it can't keep happening. Because I think the last few games we've conceded 5 or 6 set pieces, which before that we hadn't conceded too many, to be honest. So yeah, it's something we really need to fix and quickly.
Managers sort of tried a few different systems. How close do you think you are as a group to finding something that's sort of settling down and is going to work for you? Yeah,
I think we're getting close. I mean, the gaffer's not been in long enough yet to obviously get everything he wants to do across on the training pitch. So I think we're getting closer to what he wants. But I think we just need to keep working hard. Obviously, we're not there yet. We know that. But it's a fact that we need to get some results on board as well. Because where we are, obviously the table doesn't lie, and the result Saturday wasn't good enough, especially at home. So I think it's just going to take, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we don't want to get to the point where, we're running out of time. There's a lot of games left, so there's no real panic stations at the minute, but we need to start winning games of football. We know that.
How much has the manager tried to change? Is it quite a radical sort of restructuring from what Mark Kennedy wanted?
No, it's not drastic change. I mean, the formation we started with at the start of the season, we played a 3 at the back, and the gaffer since he's come in has tried to persevere with that, but he's also played a 4 at times. So I think it just depends on the opposition, who you're playing against as well, adapting to what they do. But I think we've just got to focus on ourselves and find the formula that works for the players we've got in each position.
One of the things he's also talked about is that kind of communication. I think he's cited you as one of the senior players to provide that vocal leadership. How important is it? How much are you trying to do that?
Yeah, listen, I'm really trying. I'm not a massive shouter on and off the pit. Like, listen, I talk to players, of course, but I've never been, throughout my career, I've never been a massive shouter. I'm not one to come in and start ranting and raving at half time. I'm quite calm and collected in the way I talk to people. But listen, I'm experienced enough to know that I need to be a leader in this group. There's a lot of young players, and the position we're in at the moment, it's a struggle. So there's a few of us that need to step up and be counted, really, likes of Harry Smith, Ollie Clark as well. Just to add and help to the young group, because it's a tough position we're in at the minute.
And you don't need to shout to provide leadership, do you?
No, of course, no. I think everyone, probably thinks, you got to, shout. But I think, for me, I need to lead by example. Obviously I've been out with the suspension recently, so I'm looking forward to getting back into a rhythm of games, and hopefully I can lead by example and help the young players as well.
I was going to ask how you feeling about your season, because it has been a bit stop-start and getting into some kind of pattern.
Exactly that. Yeah, I think it's been stop-start. Obviously, with started the season playing all the games, and then had the injury, and then come back and had the regards to the suspension. It's been stop-start, so I feel like I need to get in a rhythm of games, to find my best form as well. It's hard when it's stop-start, but hopefully now I'm fully fit, and obviously the suspension is over, so I can get a run of games now, hopefully.
Is there any sort of less pressure? Is there any kind of help that the fact there aren't big points at stake on Saturday? Does it make any sort of psychological difference? You're not quite in that pressure.
Yeah, to be honest, I think we would like a league game, obviously, to bounce back from last Saturday and try and put right the wrongs, to be honest. Obviously we haven't got that. We've got the FA Cup, which it's an opportunity to get into the next round and hopefully draw a big team. So we know it's going to be a tough game away at Accrington. They're very good at what they do, but I think it's a game that we can go and win.
Obviously you weren't part of that, but I'm sure you whether you've spoken to the players or whether you've been debriefed about what's your sense of Accrington and that kind of challenge they provide?
Yeah, I watched the game. Obviously, I wasn't available, but I watched the game, and I thought they're very well organised and very, very direct in what they do. Got a lot of energy and athleticism in their team. But again, I thought we didn't defend set pieces well enough in that game, and obviously going 1-0 up, we need to sort of manage the game better at times. I think I thought we'd done really well to come back into it, and probably could have gone on to win it towards the end if it was an extra 10 minutes. I think we was the team on top, but it's going to be a tough game. We know that.
And the last one, making the third round and possibly getting that draw would probably be a big lift for the club. So how perhaps important is it that you can provide something positive in what's a difficult time?
Yeah, I think it's a big game because, like you say, the third round, sort of the bigger teams start coming into play, and it'd be something for the fans to look forward to. They've not had a lot to shout about this season so far, so we need to change that, and we need to give them something to shout about and look forward to. But that's down to us on the pitch. We take full responsibility for what's happened so far, and we need to change it and change it quickly.
Fingers crossed, so thank you.
Thank you.
You play under Ian a little bit at QPR.
Yep.
So how have you kind of made of him coming in, having known him a little bit, and the influence he can have?
Yeah, I think he's the same now from when I knew him back then. Very bubbly around the place. Lots of energy. Sort of doesn't get too high and doesn't get too low, which I think is what you need, especially with the position we're in. But I think he just gives everyone a lift, to be honest, in the training ground with the way things are at the moment. Obviously, with the result we had Saturday, I think it's good to have him around because he just gives you a lift, and it's just positivity. There's no negativity with him.
How has this week been after, as you say, it was a bit of a disappointing one last week?
Yeah, listen, we know it was always going to be a tough week. Ideally, we could have done with a game on Tuesday, to try and right that wrong from Saturday, because it's a long week now on the build up to the FA Cup game. But Monday we just went through some things about the game Saturday. What we can do better, and listen, as players, we just need to take responsibility. We're the ones on the pitch, and we need to change the results and quickly.